So let's dive into the most important question. What is Node.js? Node.js is a JavaScript runtime. And now what does this mean? You know JavaScript. It's a programming language you typically use in the browser to manipulate your DOM, to manipulate the page which was loaded in the browser. For example, to open a pop-up, a modal, or add any kinds of effects, because JavaScript is a language that runs in the browser that allows you to interact with the page after it was loaded, and it therefore is a crucial part when it comes to building interactive user interfaces in the browser, so whatever your users see. However, JavaScript is not limited to that. Node.js is a different version of JavaScript, you could say. It is basically built on JavaScript, it adds some features to it, is not capable of doing some other things you can do with JavaScript in the browser. So it basically takes JavaScript and puts it into a different environment. It allows you to run JavaScript code on the server, you could say. In theory, not just on the server, but on any machine though. So it basically allows you to run JavaScript not just in the browser, but anywhere else, like a normal programming language, like normal programs on your computer or some computer in the internet, effectively making it a great choice for building web applications that run on servers, which are just computers running somewhere in the internet. So, in detail, this means that we can use Node.js to run JavaScript outside of the browser. That is the core takeaway. Now, how does this work technically? Well, Node.js uses V8, and V8 simply is the name of the JavaScript engine built by Google that runs JavaScript in the browser. So back to the browser we now are. V8 is simply the name the creators gave their engine. And what does an engine mean? Well, it simply means that engine takes JavaScript code, the code running in your browser then, or in Node's case, which builds up on V8, also the Node.js JavaScript code. It takes that JavaScript code and compiles it to machine code. And this is what your browser does too, what V8 does in your browser. It does take your JavaScript code and compile it to machine code, because that is the code that runs ultimately on your computer and that can be handled efficiently. Now, this is done by V8. V8 itself is written in C++, but that doesn't really matter too much for you. You don't need to write any C++ code to use JavaScript or Node.js. But Node.js basically takes that V8 code basis, which is written in C++, and adds certain features, like for example, working with your local file system, opening files, reading files, deleting files. These are all things which are not possible in the browser. You can't access your local file system in the browser for security reasons, so this is not supported. Node.js adds these features to V8's engine, you could say, so that you can suddenly do that. Now, Node.js does not run in the browser, so these restrictions still apply. There you use vanilla V8, so V8 only without the Node.js extensions. But if you then install Node.js, you can use it to basically use that extended V8 version to run JavaScript scripts on your computer, which then suddenly can access these new features because they don't run in the browser, but are directly executed through that Node.js runtime, you could say. So this is how that works together and what Node.js does. It allows you to run JavaScript on your computer, and it adds useful functionalities to the JavaScript engine so that you can do more useful stuff there than you can do with browser-side JavaScript. Now, one important note maybe on this point also is that of course some features are also taken away. In the browser, you use JavaScript to interact with the document object model, so with the HTML elements on your page. If you just execute a JavaScript file directly, you of course have no attached page, and therefore these features are missing. But this is a lot of theory. Why don't we just have a look at this and see how we can install and use Node.js and what it actually does for us? Let's do that in the next lecture.